Alright, welcome back to another episode of Dave Makes Food. Today we're going to be making my favorite sausage penne. I've worked more than my fair share of hours in Italian restaurants, and today I'm going to show you what I think is the optimal way to make penne with sausage, peppers, and mushrooms. We're going to be preparing 5 portions that I would consider to be average servings, as well as including a full cost breakdown and tracking the total amount of calories in each serving. Here's what we're going to be using today. I didn't go to any extreme lengths to save the maximum for this video, so this should be a good baseline for my first food cost video using prices in Canada in 2024. I also forgot to add this spinach at the end because I was hungry, so scratch that from the cost. Look at that, we're already saving money. Alright, let's start the recipe. The first thing we're going to need is a good tomato sauce. And like any good tomato sauce, we're going to start with a whole head of garlic as well as an onion. A 3-pound bag of onions costs $1.99. 3 pounds is 1.36 kilograms, which is equal to 1,360 grams. We'll divide $1.99 by 1360 and then multiply it by 198 grams, giving us an exact total of 28.955 cents for this onion. Now I won't be showing any more proof of my work because it's way too much effort to edit like this, but I hope you will trust I am doing the math correctly. When starting my tomato sauce, I always cut my onions and garlic into similar sized pieces so I can add them both at the same time. Most recipes call for minced garlic and to be added once the onions are already cooking. But we're blending it anyways, so that is a waste of time and effort in my opinion. Add the onions and garlic into your sauce pot along with about 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 for each serving. Cook over medium heat until the onions are turning translucent. We are adding 33 cents for the garlic and 44 cents for the olive oil. Next we're going to start rendering our sausages. I'm using a double smoked sausage from Costco that was on sale this week. They cost $13.99 for 1.5 kilograms and they are very good quality double smoked sausages. I definitely recommend these. You can use basically any kind of sausage you like here, but I'm really going to recommend using some kind of pork sausage. If you use turkey or chicken or something without sufficient fat, you're going to have to replace it with oil and it's just not going to have the same flavor. Slice the sausage on a bias to give the illusion of larger pieces, and then place them in a pan on medium heat to start rendering out the fat. I see a lot of recipes that add oil to the pan first before cooking the sausage, but that's completely unnecessary. Just look at how much fat is rendering out. I used 389 grams of double smoked sausage, which adds another $3.63 to our total. Next we're going to slice up a half pound of mushrooms, as well as 1 green bell pepper. By now our onions and garlic should be sufficiently cooked down. We're going to add in our tomato passata. And you may have noticed that I'm using a higher end tomato product today. But don't panic, I bought the wholesale pack at Costco for $18, so these are only $3 each. You can use whatever your favorite tomato product is here, just make sure they don't contain citric acid. This is 796 milliliters of tomatoes, along with about 200 milliliters of water, which assures we get all the tomato, as well as replacing water that will evaporate while we simmer the sauce for the next 30 minutes. We're also going to add some salt, pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Put a lid on and simmer on low for 30 minutes. As that simmers, we can work on our other ingredients. We're going to be building one of the most delicious flavor combinations in this pan, starting with our sausage. Once the sausage starts to get some color on both sides, and the fat is rendering out, we can set it aside. You can cook it until it's crispy on both sides if you want, but I prefer a softer texture. This is purely personal preference. Do whatever you like. Now we're going to turn the heat to high and add our mushrooms to the rendered sausage fat and caramelize them. We'll also be adding salt and pepper now. And once the mushrooms have sufficient color, we can add our green peppers. Sauté this for another 2 minutes. And then we can add our sausage back to the pan, along with another half head of minced garlic. Even though there's a lot of garlic in the tomato sauce, fresh sautéed garlic adds a level of savoriness and fragrance that really elevates a pasta in my opinion. This is also where you can add in chili flakes, but I've been getting a lot of sendbacks recently, so I'll omit them today. Sauté for another minute. And then deglaze this amazing mixture with white wine. This is about 5 ounces of a dry white wine. Add your pasta into salted boiling water, and for the record, I'm just going to say I don't think there is a real difference between any commercially mass-produced dried pastas. 521 grams of this no-name penne came out to a whopping total of $1.15. As the pasta cooks, we can finish off our sauce by blending it. I always blend my sauce completely using an immersion blender, which gives it a lighter, emulsified texture. The texture is much better this way in my opinion. Give it a taste test to check for seasoning. I like to cook my pasta a little bit on the al dente side, but cook your pasta however you like. Drain your pasta, there's no need to reserve any pasta water for this recipe, and add in your sausage, pepper, and mushroom mixture. And if you wanted to make this recipe without tomato sauce, this mixture would have more than enough flavor to carry the dish. You could simply add a little bit of pasta water and this would still be an incredible meal. But I really like tomato sauce, especially when it's made like this, so I'm gonna add everything. It's definitely on the heavy side for sauce. Give it a good mix, and portion into 5 servings accordingly. These portions came to about 500 grams each, which is just over a pound and definitely on the larger side of servings. I said these are on the larger side, however I ate one pretty easily and definitely considered eating another, but it's a lot easier to deny yourself when they are in actual portions. But let's check how many calories are in one portion. The sausage clocked in at 1089.2 calories. 50 calories for a half pound of mushrooms and 35.6 calories for the green pepper. 20 calories for the additional garlic. 116 calories for 5 ounces of dry white wine. And here's the breakdown for the tomato sauce, giving us a total of 1097.67 calories. And there was just over 1900 calories in 521 grams of the no-name penne, giving us a grand total of 4,308.47 total calories, or 861 calories per serving, which is definitely within reason for a relatively large pasta dinner. But how much did it all cost? Is this a budget-friendly meal? Let's check the numbers. Here's a cost breakdown of every ingredient I used today, giving us a grand total of $16.01, or $3.20 per serving. $3.80 if you remembered to add the spinach like I did not. I think that's a reasonable cost for this meal, especially since I didn't take advantage of any really good deals to make this pasta. But at the end of all this work, the most important part is the taste, and this is one of the most flavorful pastas that I know how to make. We really maximized the amount of flavor from each ingredient individually today. Seriously, if you prepare this mixture properly, it has the most amazing savory profile, perfect for pasta. This pasta is really not that hard to make either. It's just doing a lot of simple steps really well. I hope you give this recipe a try for yourself. I guarantee it will become one of your favorite pasta recipes. I also hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this new format of video with the meal prep, costs, and calories counted. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next recipe.